R. Imagine inheriting a fortune that promised to change your life forever, only to uncover a secret so devastating it could destroy the one person you love most. That's exactly what happened to Elena, a woman whose world was about to shatter in ways she never saw coming. Elena was 28, living in the heart of New York City, where the streets buzzed with endless energy and dreams seemed just a subway ride away. She worked as a barista in a cozy coffee shop near Central Park, her days filled with the aroma of fresh brews and the chatter of hurried customers. Life wasn't glamorous, but it was hers, and she cherished the simple joys like sketching in her notebook during breaks or watching the leaves change color in the fall. That all shifted the day she met Marcus. He walked into the shop one rainy afternoon, his dark hair tousled from the wind, his smile lighting up the dim room like a beacon. Marcus was 32, a freelance photographer with a knack for capturing the raw beauty in everyday moments. He ordered a black coffee, no sugar, and their eyes locked over the counter. "You have the kind of smile that could stop traffic," he said, his voice smooth and teasing. Elena blushed, handing him his cup with a scribbled note, "Come back soon." He did, the very next day, and soon their conversations turned into dates, strolls through the park, late-night talks on fire escapes, stolen kisses under streetlights. It was a whirlwind romance, the kind that felt destined, like fate had finally dealt her a winning hand. Months flew by in a blur of passion and laughter. Marcus moved into her tiny apartment, filling it with his camera gear and infectious optimism. They dreamed big, traveling to Paris, starting a family, building a life free from the financial struggles that had plagued Elena since her parents' divorce when she was a teen. Her mother had raised her alone, scraping by on waitressing tips, while her father vanished into obscurity, leaving behind only faded memories and unanswered questions. Elena had long stopped wondering about him. She had Marcus now, and that was enough. Then came the call that upended everything. It was a crisp autumn morning when Elena's phone rang from an unknown number. A polished voice on the other end introduced himself as Mr. Harrington, a lawyer from a prestigious firm uptown. "Miss Rivera, I'm contacting you regarding the estate of Mr. Victor Langston. He passed away last week, and you've been named in his will." Elena froze, the name vaguely familiar like a whisper from her childhood. Victor Langston was her estranged great-uncle, her mother's brother, a reclusive millionaire who'd made his fortune in real estate. They'd never met. Her mother had cut ties years ago over some family feud Elena never fully understood. "There must be a mistake," she stammered, but Mr. Harrington insisted she attend the reading the following day. Excitement bubbled inside her as she told Marcus. "This could be it, babe, the break we've been waiting for." He pulled her into a hug, his arms strong and reassuring. "Whatever it is, we'll face it together." They arrived at the lawyer's office hand in hand, the sleek building towering over them like a promise of new beginnings. Inside, the room was stark and formal, with mahogany desks and leather chairs. Mr. Harrington, an older man with wire-rimmed glasses, greeted them solemnly. A few distant relatives were there too, eyeing Elena with thinly veiled curiosity, or was it envy? The will was straightforward at first. Victor had left small sums to charities and staff, but the bulk of his estate, valued at over $10 million, including properties in the Hamptons and Manhattan, went to Elena. Gasps echoed around the room. Elena's heart raced. This was life-changing. No more scraping by, no more worries. She squeezed Marcus's hand, tears welling in her eyes. But then Mr. Harrington cleared his throat. "There's more, Mr. Langston left a personal message, a video recording to be played only in your presence." The screen flickered to life, and there was Victor, frail but sharp-eyed, sitting in a lavish study lined with bookshelves. His voice crackled through the speakers, steady and commanding. "Elena, if you're watching this, I'm gone, and it's time you knew the truth. I wasn't just your great-uncle. I was your protector, your silent guardian. Your mother, my sister, came to me 30 years ago, pregnant and alone. The man she loved, your father, abandoned her when he learned of the child. But that man wasn't some stranger. He was my business partner, a man I trusted like a broth." Elena's breath caught. Marcus shifted beside her, his grip tightening almost painfully. Victor continued, his eyes piercing through the screen. Your father didn't want the scandal, so he paid us to keep it quiet. I helped your mother raise you from afar, funding her life without her knowing it was from me. But there's something else, something I discovered only recently, through private investigators. Your father had another child, a son, born from an earlier affair. That son grew up knowing nothing of this, but fate has a cruel sense of humor. The room spun as Victor dropped the bomb. Elena, the man sitting beside you, Marcus, he is that son. Your half-brother. I confirmed it with DNA tests I had done discreetly. He doesn't know, or at least, I hope he doesn't. But if he's with you now, it's no coincidence. Perhaps he sought you out subconsciously, or maybe it's just the universe's twisted joke. The inheritance is yours, Elena, but use it wisely. Don't let this secret destroy you. The video ended, leaving a deafening silence. Elena turned to Marcus, her world crumbling. His face was ashen, eyes wide with horror. Elena, I swear, I didn't know. But doubt flooded her mind. How had they met so perfectly? His sudden appearance in her life, the way he seemed to understand her pains without explanation. Was it love, or something darker? The relatives murmured, stealing glances, the air thick with scandal. Chaos erupted. Elena fled the office, tears streaming down her face, the city blurring around her. Marcus chased after her, pleading. Please, believe me, I love you. This changes nothing. But it changed everything. They spent days in turmoil, arguments echoing through their apartment. Elena dug into records, confirming the DNA link through tests of her own. The inheritance sat untouched in accounts, a poisoned gift. Friends urged her to leave, but her heart ached. Marcus wasn't just a lover, he was her confidant, her rock. Yet the truth gnawed at them, the forbidden bond, the lies of omission. In the midst of the storm, revelations poured out. Marcus admitted he'd always felt out of place in his family, adopted but never told details. His parents had kept secrets, perhaps to protect him from his real father's reputation. Elena's mother, confronted, broke down and confessed. She'd hidden the affair to shield her daughter from shame. The drama peaked one stormy night when Elena, clutching the will's documents, confronted Marcus on their rooftop. How can we ever move past this? The world will judge us, the law, our families. Marcus took her hands, rain mixing with tears. We don't have to be defined by blood. If our love is real, we fight for it. Or, we walk away. The choice hung heavy, a cinematic moment of raw emotion. In the end, love prevailed, but twisted. They parted as lovers, the inheritance funding separate lives, Elena's dream art studio, Marcus's photography travels. But whispers of reunion lingered, a dramatic what if that kept them connected in spirit. Years later, Elena sat in her Hamptons home, the fortune a bittersweet reminder. She'd found peace, a new romance, but Marcus's shadow remained. The shocking truth had shattered them, yet in the ruins, they discovered resilience. Life, after all, was full of unexpected inheritances, not just money, but lessons in love, loss, and the fragile ties that bind us. And that's the story of Elena and Marcus, a tale of romance derailed by a secret nobody saw coming. If you've ever wondered how far love can bend before it breaks, this is your answer. Subscribe for more heart-wrenching stories, and let me know in the comments, would you fight for a forbidden love, or let it go?